Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the Power BI service settings. For that, I will head over to the Power BI service. So in a web browser, I have opened this app.powerbi.com, which is basically the Power BI service. And if you are not able to open this, what you can do is you can go to the Power BI desktop application. There under the login information, you can click, and over here you will find the option to open the Power BI service, and it would then redirect you to this web page. Now it would open your web browser, and then it would redirect you over here. To use the Power BI service settings, you have the option of settings over here. You need to click on the top of it. The first one is the preferences. Under this, we have general, notification, item settings, and developer settings. If I click over here in the general, over here I'm getting multiple options like selecting the display language. So I can change the display language that currently is there right now. So right now it is English, which is the browser language. If you want to change to any other language, you can select your preferred language from over here. The next one is the privacy option. So whenever you are asking any questions to your data set and you are creating any Q&A, so would you like that Q&A to be forwarded to your data set owner? If yes, you can keep it on, else you can turn it off. Also, Microsoft can also use these questions to improve the Power BI. If the Power BI is able to understand the questions asked by you or not, it would help them to create a better product. If you want to close your account, you can click on close account and it would then close your account. The second one is the notifications. So let's say if you have subscribed to any data set or any reports, all these subscriptions can be managed from this page. Then we have the Power BI alerts. So all the alerts that you create will be appearing over here and can be managed from over here. Then the next part is the setting part. So in the setting, we have the email setting as well as the team setting. In the email setting, it will try to send you an email digest of the updates of frequently viewed content by your organization. Whatever the content is being viewed inside of your organization, it will try to send you a email of that. Then it would also try to send you the team's notification for similar kind of activities. So for example, whenever someone is sharing an item with you, so do you want to receive any notification or not? So the user has already got some option of notifying the other person. So if they choose to notify but you have turned it off, you won't be notified for that particular item. Also, when someone is requesting for any kind of access, it would send you a notification on Teams that someone has requested the access for you. Now you can turn these off and still receive some information in over here in the notifications or via email. The next is the item settings. In the item settings, we have using the ArcGIS map for Power BI. So we have already seen this in the Power BI desktop application. If we want to use ArcGIS map, you can turn this option on and then you can also use it on the workspace over here. So if you want to use or create any reports on the browser itself or want to modify it, you can use this ArcGIS over here. The next is the developer settings, which is basically to turn on or off the developer options. If I again go in the settings, then we have the manage personal storage option. Over here, it would show you all the resources that currently are inside your workspace. Every workspace has got by default 10 GB of space. If you want to expand it, you can apply for any like licenses which support more spaces. So if you want to delete everything, anything, you can delete it from this part. And also, you can see when these were created and the organization from which it belongs to and what are the things associated with this particular product. The next one is the Power BI settings. Over here, we have got the settings related to dashboards, semantic models, workbooks, and data flows. Right now, I'm having multiple workspaces over here, so I can allow settings for each workspace. So for example, I want to turn on the Q&A for this particular workspace. I can do so by selecting these options. Also, I can control the dashboard title flow from this option. The same is available for different workspace as well. Then for the semantic model, if you have any semantic model created, you can add the description. Then the next part is the data gateway and cloud connection. So if you have any data gateways, it would be shown over here and then you can manage it from these options. Then we have the parameters. So wherever the parameters are stored would be shown over here. So right now I have created two parameters in my Power BI desktop applications and it is showing these two parameters. The first one was named parameter one. I didn't rename it. The second one I created was for the file location. So if you have seen the previous videos, you might be knowing that when I was creating the parameters, I created these two parameters. The next one is a refresh. So if you want to configure a refresh and if you want to schedule it according to a frequency or fixed time, you can do so by these options. The next part is the Q&A. So if you again want to turn on or off the Q&A in your reports, you can do so with the help of this option. Also, if you want to share your synonym, for example, if you are using some specific keywords to find out the insights from your data and you want to share those with your organizations, you can select this option. Next one is to show featured Q&A questions. So whatever Q&A questions are most frequently asked would be shown over here. Or if you want to add it, you can also add a question over here. The next one is the endorsement. So let's say if you want to distribute any semantic models to your co-workers and you want to promote this, so you can select these promoted options. The next one is the request access. So whenever a user is requesting for any access, you want to show them some instructions. So you can put it over here and this would be then visible to them. The next one is a semantic model image. So if you want to upload any image, like for example your company's logo or the logo of that particular semantic model that you have created, you can do so by clicking on upload. Last one is the external sharing option, which would allow the external users to connect it to your data or work with your semantic models within their Power BI options. Then we have the workbooks option. So if you have created any workbook, all these workbooks would be listed over here. The same would be happening with the data flows. Coming back to the second, this was Power BI settings. The next one is managing the connections and gateways. So if you have multiple connections and gateways, everything would be listed over here. So you can see their status, the user which created this, and also the kind of gateway cluster name they have. If you want to create a new one, you can click on new option and it would give you an option to create a new one. So these things would be pretty much managed by the database administrator or your organization. You can also create some on-premises data gateways, but you should know that these are the options available over here. The next one is the virtual network data gateway. So if you have created one, it would be listed over here. And if you want to create one, you can click over here on create a virtual network data gateway. And you can then fill in the informations related to it. For example, if you have any Azure subscription, you can put the details over here and also you can put the license capacity and you can click on save. It will try to connect it after you have put any additional information as well. Next one is manage embedded codes. So if you have any embedded codes created, you can manage it within this section. The next is the Azure Analysis Service Migration. So if you want to create any Azure Analysis Service Migration, all the steps are listed over here and you can do so within this space. So you can click on the new migration option and over here you can select the workspace in which you want to create it. And also, first of all, you have to create new premium workspace out of that. So these all depends on the licenses that you have acquired. All the licenses have different functionalities and different use cases. For example, if you just want to go to the Power BI service and see your reports and create some dashboard and want to share within some few peoples, then you can opt for a simple pro license. Or maybe if you are not taking that license, then also you can do those things. If you are working in a big organization, then you need to create some workspaces. For that, you can offer a pro license for there. So after you have created new premium workspace, you can put the name of the workspace over here and select the type of license. Currently, I have only premium per user license. So that's why I'm using the limited functionality according to that. If you select any other license as well, you can connect to Azure and create a new migration out of it. So all these steps are listed over here. Then the next one is the governance and insights. Inside it, we have the admin portal where basically you can control the admin activities. For example, you want to see the performance, the add-ins, the purchase capacities of different licenses that you have. So all these admin activities can be controlled from this part. Then we also have the refresh summary. So if you have scheduled any refresh over here, the summary would be listed here. So when that refresh was done, what was the duration of that refresh, in which particular workspace was this refreshed, and all things would be listed over here. And if you want to export this, you can also click on the export and it would create a CSV file for you in the name of the refresh history. Then you can further analyze that which particular refresh is taking a lot of time. Also, you can schedule a refresh over here. The next one is the help and support. So you can find the information related to help and support over here. I'll go back to the second. And over here we have the Microsoft Purview Hub. So what this does is that it would show you the information about every element that is present inside your Power BI services account. For example, I have four semantic models, I have three dashboards, and I have three reports. So I can see inside this. I don't need to go inside every workspace and find out what are the items that I have. So you can see the items are listed over here. The next part is the sensitivity. So this is something that Power BI has added recently. I'll again go back to the items. So you can see all the items are listed, item types are listed, and if they are endorsed or not. Also, I can see these in the form of different charts. So here is a table view. Then I have the pie chart. I also have the bar chart for same thing. And it is showing me the items by workspace and which workspace contains how many items. Over here on the left hand side, I have the number of workspaces that I have and the total number of items I have. So this is how you can see some metadata about your data. Also, if you click on open field report, it would open the complete report for you. And these all things would be shown in more depth to you. So it is like creating your own small report for the purpose of report, right? Over here, you can get some additional information related to it. For example, if you want to see the overview report, it would show you all the overview of your complete workspace items. Also, you can interact with it or you can pin these visuals on the top of your dashboard. So these are some of the settings related to the Power BI services. You can go inside these settings and you can change the settings according to your need, whichever suits your Power BI service account more. This was all for this session. Thank you.